Good morning. I've spent the first bit of today really mocking up a few bits of flashing, making sure everything fits as we come to move round. And this is a bit of the corner flashing I've been talking about. It's a rounded profile, and this one I've just done by hand will make up a jig, obviously. So it's going to sit here on the corner and just encase that edge, and we'll have some little clips here and some hidden screws where it overlaps. And I think that, with it being chunky, with it being rounded, with this little kind of detail here, I think it really make it look a lot more purposeful rather than practical. So while it's finally not raining, I'm taking the opportunity to just stem some of these leaks. I'm never going to get it 100%, but just fill all the little holes just to stop the most of it coming in. But see, this roof we're on right now, the tarp is just completely gone. There's no recovering on it. We're going to have to get round to this very, very soon. Spoke too soon about the rain thing, eh? Anyway, it'll give me a chance to kind of chase leaks today, really. I think it'd be a good day well spent. There's water coming in everywhere now, loads of little bits, specifically around the chimneys where the mason's just done it, you know, I need to try seal them up and stuff. And some of the windows could really do with doing that. So, like a half indoor day. It's not pretty, well, at all, but let's say we're bringing back Chateau Ruin chic. Hopefully it works. Well, obviously, I didn't get round to very much today, or definitely didn't get around to the things I wanted to do because of the weather and rain pouring in. But I thought, seeing as it's technically a Sunday's That Showmont video today, because it is Sunday, I'll go through what you can expect from the project over the next month or so, because there's some exciting changes which I haven't really spoke about in the vlog, but I think you'd be super interested to know. So one of them things, obviously, is outside of here, the entrance into the kitchen is going to get done by the mason. He's going to be here in the next few weeks. It's going to be cobbled and drainage is going to be put in, so we won't have this water situation going on anymore, and it'll be as it was before with the steps coming in at the side, but just zhuzhed up better, the same kind of stonework using the same stone. So that's to be expected. Obviously, we're carrying on with the roof work. Brian and Nick are going to come back in about a week, and hopefully we can all tackle kind of different areas. So instead of just me slating, everyone's going to be slating, and we'll get the whole thing up together, hopefully a lot quicker. We've got the copper roofing coming in about 3 days' time, so that's all the standing seam roofing, the copper roofing. So we bought in 4 metre panels, and the standing seam is already in there. It comes with all the accessories and everything, so all we've got to do is we've got to reboard the top of the roof, because they've got to have an air gap between that and the OSB, and then we can just put these panels in and clip them together with a special tool. So hopefully that will go a lot quicker, and I'm excited for them to arrive on site. Also in that delivery is the bobbins of copper, so it's copper on a roll, which doesn't maybe mean too much for the project really, other than we can use it a bit more efficiently than we do with the panels. There's going to be less waste, and we can do slightly longer runs. Obviously we're limited to the size that the bending machine can do, which is 2.5 meters, but we just get that extra little bit, and it means less soldering. We can produce different stuff. And you may be noticing behind me is the new window. Hopefully we're going to get the rest of the kitchen windows and doors all in within the next kind of 5 or 6 weeks. But I have been speaking to the company that manufactured the windows directly to see if we could come to some sort of deal together about supplying all the windows for the chateau. If we could work together on a collab and a discount, it really looks like that's going to happen. And it looks like they're pointing us to another section of their company where they can produce more bespoke windows. So for down in the basement, it wasn't really important because the windows are all barred on the outside, so we didn't want them all broken up and be too fancy. We just wanted a plain window in there. But for upstairs, for the doors, everything's going to be a lot more fancier, a lot more grand, and they need to be right. And this company can hopefully help with that. So that's coming in the next few weeks. I'll know more about that, and I'll know more about what they can provide for us and how quickly we're going to be able to start receiving windows and putting them into the building. And somewhere in between all of that, we've got to keep moving forward with the water and electrics, particularly the electric. You saw that we were digging in all the electrical pipe work, and a lot of that was to neaten up the grounds, but that was to get the conduit arriving all the way in. So we've now got a 3-phase wire that enters the building, but it's not yet connected to anything. So that's got to all be connected up to a proper fuse board, the fuse board that's going to stay in the chateau. There's going to be 3 fuse boards in the chateau, one down here, and then the other floors will be shared on each phase. Don't worry too much about all that. We've got someone helping us and giving us great advice on that, so we'll definitely know what we're doing. But it'd be nice to get that permanent supply in. It'll give us more amps in the chateau, and it'll mean we can start running things to a point, start running more permanent things instead of just trailing lights and wires on the roof. And what that does mean as well, at the same time as running the conduit in, we run the fibre optic conduit. So that means I'll finally be able to upload the vlogs in a reasonable speed, and that will make all the difference. So there you go, now you know the plan. I think we're going to be hard pushed to fit all that in the next month or 6 weeks, and we definitely won't have much time for anything else, but it's going to be an exciting, progressive month or so. The whole roof thing has slowed the project down quite a lot, but hopefully having a clear plan and having more people on site to work in different areas is really going to get the pace back up, because one way or another, by winter, I'm going to be in the chateau. See you tomorrow.